Hi guys, we'll be starting in the next 5-10 minutes. So you can meanwhile just hold on for 5 minutes.
Hello, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining, first of all. And today we'll start our session on how can we eliminate our interview anxiety and how we can perform better as an interviewee. So first of all, I'll start with by introducing myself, and after that, I'll let you guys know few tips which would be helpful for you in the interview. And also I would love to know about all of you. So what we will cover in this session would be about me. I'll tell you about me, and after that I will know a little bit about you so that I can help you better with the interview preparation. And after that I will give you few mantras for the interview preparation, and then I can explain you a little bit about how one-on-one mentorship can help you a lot. So let's get started. So I'm feeling very excited to talk to you guys. How about you? If you are liking it, then maybe you can do a thumbs up or anything. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so we have so much excitement here. So about me, I'm a React developer in Microsoft for about 2 years from now, and before that, I was in Paytm. So I worked there for 3 years, and I like so. Regarding my journey, I after right after my college, I was working in a startup. Like it was a campus placement for me, but from there, from startup, I switched my organization from startup to Paytm. So in startup, I prepared for around 8 to 9 months, and I got a lot of problems like how to prepare for the interview, and like it literally took me 8 to 9 months because I don't have any guidance how to prepare. But after Paytm, when I switched into Paytm, I got a mentor there who helped me a lot in preparing. So I know what uh, what uh, what I have had achieved earlier in my life, which I could have achieved later on with the guidance of a mentor. So these are the things. I also let you know about many challenges. What are the challenges which I faced, which most of the people faced while preparing for the interview. So let's start. So before starting anything, first I want to know about you guys. Um, sorry, I think this is okay. So before starting anything, I want to like know about you guys. So what you can do is you can just in the screen in the bottom right side there is a activities option where you can put whether you are a student or you are working professional or you are fresher or you are unemployed and you wanted to like you are searching for the job. So with this like with these votes this will help me a lot, help you better, because if I know you better only then I can help you. So I can see a lot of votes. Okay, so we have mostly students here, and also, what are your target companies? Like, are you targeting for mag or product-based companies or service-based companies? And what is your professional status? Like, are you looking for a mentorship? Are you into ready and you want some mock-ups to help you with? Or are you already preparing, like, are you already appearing in the interviews? Or are you just starting your preparation? So I'm trying to read, and thank you so much for answering. Okay, and I will also like to know what is the biggest pain point while while preparing for the interview. So I can tell you mine. Like for me, the biggest pain point while preparing for the interview was one thing is guidance, and the another thing is consistency. So these are the biggest. These are the two biggest pain points for me while I was preparing. So, what do you think? What are yours? And I know with interviews, we always get anxious. So, what do you think? What is the major thing that gives you anxiety for the interview? Is it the technical things that you are not prepared well, and or is it about the confidence that you are prepared well, but you are not like you are not feeling confident enough to give the interviews? Yeah, communication skill is important. I agree, and yeah, will help you with the resume also. Okay, okay. So the another thing which I wanted to know is like what guidance would you think you need from me, like where I can help you better so that you can get that thing and you will perform well in your interviews. Okay, how to prepare for the aptitude interview, how to start coding from the beginning. Okay. So first I will try to cover few important things which are important, then the technical things, and then maybe I'll take up most of the asked questions in this chat, and then we can discuss. So first of all, I think preparation is something we need to do, and so first of all, So first of all, how you can prepare yourself is there are two things. As most of you are freshers, so you should keep focus on the coding thing. And if so, there is a difference. If you are targeting purely for the man companies, then you should have more focus only on the coding question rather than the language dependent thing. And if you are focusing on the service-based companies or the mid-sized startups, then maybe you can uh, like uh, build your knowledge more around the language or more around the web technology, front-end technology, or back-end technology, and plus the coding questions with easy or medium level. And there are different kind of preparation for the different kind of companies. I have segregated into three major company size. One is for the startups, another one is for the service based, or another one is for the man companies. So first of all, you should know for which type of organization you are targeting for. And when you are when you are confident enough to know that yes, I am targeting for this organization, then based on that you should prepare for maybe the for the coding interviews. So right now, uh, once you know, and if you are not fresher, like you have 1 or 2 years of experience, then I would say that please try to also learn something about the system design, like how there are many interviews where interviewer can ask about how you can design a system. So you should know major things about the database, about which database to choose, and uh, about the designing a system as a whole, like which strategy to choose, which approach to choose. And another thing is while practicing coding questions, you should make a strategy. So there are different strategies which work for different persons. So for me, what it worked is, I first of all covered all the basics of the database data sorry first of all, I covered the C language, and then the basic concepts, OOPS concepts for the C++. And after that, I started doing my coding. So first, I generally look for the concepts, and I first built the basic foundation of the concepts, and then after I started coding for all these questions, such as arrays, for the strings, and all these things. So I would suggest first you make a strategy, start from the basics, start building your base, and after that you start with the coding questions. So after preparing for the coding questions, there are few things which come in our mind, mm, so this I think this always happens with everyone, that we start preparing for the interviews, and then after a few days, or maybe after a few weeks of starting the preparation, we always stuck in some of the problems, and we sometimes give up. So it always happens with everyone. I also give up when I started preparing for the first time and for the second time. So I think consistency is most important thing, and being consistent in preparing. I agree, there comes a situation where we stuck in a problem which we couldn't solve, but we should make it a habit of solving 2 problems a day, or maybe 3 problems a day, and try to follow a particular routine where we are in touch with the coding, where we know how to, where we develop our skills on how to solve a problem. So this will help you a lot. But I agree, consistency, to maintain that consistency is a difficult thing to achieve. But in my case, how I achieve it, by taking help of my friend. So one of my friend is also preparing for the interview, and we get together in a call and on the daily basis, and then we prepare for the interviews. So you can do this thing, or maybe you can schedule a meet call with yourself, and then you can like in that time you will just allot that time to yourself by only solving the questions or by preparing for interviews for yourself. And in the meanwhile you can keep that the phone away from yourself, so that you can prepare for the interview without any distraction. I think this will help you a lot. So the another thing is um about like once you have prepared and you are being consistent in what you are doing, the another important thing is revision. I think revision is the key, because sometimes we read about a lot of concepts, and then in the interview we forgot about all the concepts, so because we are not applying that concepts daily. So I would suggest you to like revise in time. Maybe you can schedule the meeting to revise the concepts which you have learned in a particular week. So this will also help you a lot in in remembering those concepts which you might have forgot if you don't revise it. So revision is also important. And the next thing which is important is, once you have prepared everything and you are doing it being in a consistent manner, you are solving the problems, then maybe you can try like giving the mock interviews. Because after giving the mock interviews, they will give you that confidence that whatever is the level right now in the industry, you are at that level. Or through the mock interviews you will know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are the areas where you need to improve on. So mock interviews will help you a lot in knowing yourself, what are the areas of improvements in you. And before giving any interview, maybe you can go to the interview archives for that particular company and get to know like what are the major pattern, what is the pattern they are asking questions for. And make sure you know you know the type of questions, or maybe the type of whether they ask the medium questions, whether they ask hard questions or the easy questions, just to go well prepared before any interview. So this will help you a lot. uh, okay, then the last thing is there are there are many times that we are prepared well for the interview, and we have given mock interviews as well, and the only thing is we are not confident enough that we are well prepared for the interview. So for that, I think you should give positive affirmations to yourselves, that you should believe in yourself that you will achieve uh, you will achieve anything if you work for. So always try to keep yourself positive, and this positivity will help you a lot. Okay, I don't know, the slides are behaving weird for me. So this was how you can like you can reduce the anxiety for the interviews. Now okay, what you guys think that what there are a few things which I covered which help you in overcoming the anxiety, and is there any other thing you think of that uh, you get anxious about? So you can write your answers in the chat section. or maybe you can unmute yourself and talk.
Hello,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yes, Anand, I can see
Ma'am,
your
ma'am.
you
Actually,
are raising
my
your hand.
question is, I am from Tier 3 college, and I didn't get those many opportunities as Tier 2 or Tier 1 college students. And at through LinkedIn, we try to reach out the HRs and companies. So, but we don't get any response or job vacancies. So, how can we find the appropriate job? Like,
So, I think this is a major problem where we can only I think opportunity wise there's some issue that we like tier 3 colleges students have to face, but you can overcome this by following people on the LinkedIn. Obviously you are doing that, and apart from this maybe you can so for how many folks you have approached on LinkedIn, and uh, not only the HRs but the folks who are working in that particular organization.
ma'am, when we reach out them, don't have any job openings. Generally, ma'am, mostly they don't have.
So right now I understand there are less job openings, but there is a career page for the every organization where you can look into, and for that particular job ID, you can not only just follow up with the HR of that organization, but you can also follow up with the employees who are working in that organization.
I'm a fresher, so I don't have experience in my resume. And without the resume experience section in resume, how do it my resume get selected? Got
Uh, I agree you don't have the experience, but you can add projects there. You can add some interesting projects there, which can highlight your resume.
Ma'am,
ma'am,
ma'am, ma'am, what kind of project is named as a active project or say interesting project? What kind of project are they?
So, any project which you like, for example, right now, AI is in the boom. So, how you can use AI to help people in achieving what they are doing um, for betterment, like how you can make a uh, more impact on the people's life. So it's about the creative ideas, not about a project in particular. So you can think of the creative ideas there.
Uh, Hi ma'am, I have a doubt.
Hmm.
First of all, I had a talk with one of my seniors. So is it true like from July onwards, July to I would say November, that it is the peak hiring season for any startup or any organizations? Like most of the openings are in this season. Is this thing true?
Although जो openings होती हैं वो they are all over the year, but since there's a recession going on, there was a recession where all the companies and the all the big tech companies um, they are doing some of the layoffs. So they are going to open the job positions in from July onwards. So maybe they will hire more folks from July to November.
Okay. And
Ma'am,
how like
Ma'am, Shubham here.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, I have a question. I am
Mhm.
also from a tier 3 college, ma'am. And ma'am, there is a huge students in my college, ma'am. Approx 2000 admissions are taken by university. So, ma'am, actually, I am preparing from my end. Like, I am doing my DSA and I am solving problems on lead code. As well as, ma'am, I am pursuing my full stack development course. So, I have done my front end. But, ma'am, I was doing this consistently. But when I observed that all the students around me are also doing this, so, ma'am, I am too much confused that what is the difference between me and all the other students? Like, how can I beat this competition? Because, ma'am, there is a huge seats in my college. So, there will be only a few students who will get placed. So how can I build this competition?
So first of all, you can beat this competition by learning the problem solving skills. It's not just about solving the problem, it's about solving the problem efficiently. Whatever you are doing, are you doing it with the complete efficiency or not? And whatever the solutions you will build, are you going to build it with with the most efficient way or not? It's not about completing all the things, it's about doing one thing with the right manner. And also like you will say, this is the skill which company will be going to see all these things in the interviews, and how to stand out your resume. So for standing out your resume among the others, maybe you can write like I have maintained a streak in the lead code for 365 days, or maybe for more than a year. So these are the things which will highlight you. And also about the projects which I mentioned, maybe you can have 2 3 projects, and you can also highlight your skills, that you are skilled in the front end development, or you are doing JavaScript, or you are good with React, you have done the following certifications. So this is the way of highlighting your resume.
Hello,
Ma'am,
ma'am. Gus Bhatia this side.
Yes, Kirk.
Ma'am, actually, I am introvert. I don't talk that much with others. So, how it will affect my interview?
So I don't think this is going to affect your interview. So what I understand is introvert generally don't talk much, but when they talk things with quality, with like with a point that everyone likes to hear about. So what I would say is, whatever the points you put before an interviewer, then put it with simple and straightforward, and made your point with a logic. This is going to help you a lot.
Hello.
ma'am,
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 Uddhav here.
ma'am, the number of project what we want as a fresher, what the company accept from us, and the do the company also accept a React from a fresher also?
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Ma'am, do the company मतलब mainly up from a fresher, do the company accept that he should know, or he or she should know about the React language, if even he is fresher, or the number
So
of project he wants, the company want for a fresher?
So generally, the companies don't expect anything from a fresher, but in case if you have that skill, if you have that, like if you know a particular language in general, then that would be a plus point for you.
Hello.
And
Hi, ma'am.
the number of
I
project
wanted to.
the fresher wants, the company wants from a fresher, the number of project he should have in his resume, or
I
the
think 2 projects would be fine.
Excuse me.
Yes, Rohit.
So, what is the advantage of applying with referral and without referral? Like,
So, like with referral, your resume will go directly to the hiring manager, uh, whosoever is hiring for the positions. And without referral, it will just go to a database, and from that database, the HR will pick your resume.
you're saying my resume will be shortlisted anyway.
Yes, your resume will be like in case of a referral, it will be like basically the process will be faster in case of a referral, and without a referral, it will take some time. because the HR will take that resume from the database, and he or she will look in all the resumes and then shortlist you. And in case of after shortlisting by the HR, it will give to the hiring manager, and in case of a referral, it will directly go to the hiring manager.
Uh,
Hiring
Ma'am,
manager.
can you guide how
And
to get
after that, yeah, like after that, the process will be same for the shortlisted
Yes,
students and
yes, yes.
okay.
So
Yeah,
that
thank
process.
you. Yes, thank
Ma'am, do
But
referrals work
actually,
for
I have
internships?
So I think I can take. I'm so sorry, guys. I think I can take the rest of the questions in the chat. So there is more slides to cover. So let me cover it in um, 5 to 10 minutes, and then maybe if time allows us, then we can take another questions. Sounds okay? Then you can give a thumbs up.
Ma'am, there's the last question. Like, can you
Okay.
just guide?
Okay. The last question. Then.
Can you just guide like how to get internships as it's an added advantage? So can you just guide like how to get an internship?
Your voice is not clear for me.
No, ma'am.
Mhm.
I'm audible now.
Yes, yes.
Now, like, can you just guide us on how to get an internship? I'm currently in second year, so I'm looking for it. As it's an added advantage, so can you
Mm-hmm.
just guide?
So you can search for the internship. So I think you can search for both paid as well as unpaid internship. You can just update your profile on LinkedIn that you are looking for internship, and whether it's paid or unpaid. And also you can approach few of the folks from like you can connect with your seniors and ask about them, that if they can give you a referral for in their company about the internships. Or you can also reach out few of the like reach out on the LinkedIn community about the internships. And also you can update your Naukri profile, and there you can write that you are open for any internship. So this will help you in getting one internship.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have one question. May I ask?
Sure.
Yeah. Ma'am, usually how long is the interview? Like after getting after the resume gets selected and the final interview.
So it depends on organization to organization, how much time they take, and
Ma'am, like I'm asking like for the Morgan Stanley or the companies of those level. Those are not like man companies, but just below that.
so it usually takes like it depends on like on the HR who is who is helping you to the conducting that interviews. But usually it takes like 5 to 10 days. Like since there are a series of rounds of the interviews,
Oh,
so
ma'am,
usually
not about the days. I'm like when I'm having the interview, I'm sitting in front of that person and they are interviewing at that time. Like it's 15, 20 minutes, 45 minutes, or is there any fixed range in
one
which
hour.
I need to answer? Okay, 1 hour. Ma'am, and one more question I have. Ma'am, for example, I have listed some of the projects that I've done in my CV. So,
Mhm.
for example, I have made a project using MERN stack. Now,
Mhm.
I do not have if I have it like hosted on some website, like I have hosted it basically, I've deployed it. So, will the interview ask me in the interview to will show us that to show them what I have done, or is it an added advantage if I've deployed it, or if even if I don't deploy it, is it fine?
It is fine. It is fine if you don't deploy it. The only thing interviewer will ask you about is like how you made it, what are your contributions, and what are your learnings. Based on that, he will get to know like what value or what are the learnings that you got from that project, and about you basically. Then that's enough for them to judge you based on your project. So he will
Okay,
just about your knowledge, like what you have learned in that particular project.
actually I applied yesterday at Microsoft using a referral. So
Can I
what
ask
can be
you a
your
question?
best advice to me?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Ma'am, actually yesterday only I applied to Microsoft in Microsoft for internship
Mhm.
using a referral. So what can be your best advice to me? Actually, I do competitive programming
and web development. I have developed various Munstack projects various projects using Munstack, and I currently am night badge on LeetCode, and I have solved 600 plus problems, and I am pupil on code process. So, what can be your advice?
First of all, I advised you to go to that job description which is written in uh, which is written in the about the internship, that what are the skills they will be needing and what are the things they will be needed. And I would say you to focus more on the interview, like focus more on the problem solving skill basically.
Okay, so
Then
when I say to an interviewer that I have solved this many problems, or I have this much rank in a contest, or I have night badge, so what will be the impact of that on the interviewer?
So there is no impact as such, but they will get the confidence that like you are into solving the problems, and they will just ask you the question and to validate that if you actually have that skill or have that capability to solve a problem or not, or how are you approaching the problem. So this will give a positive impact only, but it like. But for the interviewer, he will only judge you, he will only uh, give the positive response only when after knowing your after judging your skills by like how you solve a particular problem.
Ma'am, is there any
So
specific
this is
time
the
when
last question which I'm going to take, otherwise we will be out of the time. So
Ma'am, may
yes,
I please? May
uh
I?
ma'am,
Shri,
is there any ma'am, is there any
I
specific time when Microsoft actively
got
hire?
rejected in HR round.
so
So to prepare for the HR
I'm so sorry, guys. Maybe I can take up the questions
round.
async. You can just post your queries on the chat section.
Ma'am,
I'm
I
so sorry.
just had a very small query. If you could solve it right now, may I please?
Can you please put it in the chat section and I'll take after 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put it in the chat section then.
Thank you. So, next we'll gonna discuss that once you are once you have prepared a lot and you have after giving a lot of mock interviews, you are good enough to give the interview. Then what are the things you should you should do, or you can enhance your performance as an interview. So first, be a good listener, focus on the problem what interviewer is gonna ask, and also be in that moment only, and try to listen to everything what your interviewers is saying. Ask questions, ask the right questions, like what does exactly interviewer want you to solve. Just ask him about all the use cases whatever you have in mind, whether you have to think about all the you should think about all the use cases, and then validate it with your interviewer that will this will you have to need to resolve this use case or not. So basically, the what interviewer will see in you while interviewing is, he will see whether you will be whether you will think whether you will think all the use cases or not, and what are the approaches that can think of, and then which approach you choose, whether it depends on the performance, or you can think of it as whether you think about the performance, whether you think about the scalability, or whether you think about the maintenance or not. So keep in mind these things, and then you can ask the questions from the interviewer based on like, whether you have to cover all the use cases or not. And at last, be yourself during the interview, and like so interviewers generally appreciate the honesty, so be honest. So now I think in this session only I have mentioned that guidance can help you a lot to be on the right track. So here's how, if you take one-on-one, then how I can help you. So first of all, I'll understand uh, I'll basically understand where are you sticking with, like what is your pain point, or what are the basic areas where you need help with. And based on that, based on my evaluation, I'll then give you a structured plan that these are the points where you need to upskill yourself. And once you upskill yourselves, then I will take follow up, like I'll continuously take mock interviews and continuously guide along the path to let you know like what are the things where you can improve more. And to give you a to give you a confidence with all these things, I will take up all the mock interview sessions. Will take up the mock interviews, and we will be in constant touch. Or you can call me anytime, or there will be a chat support. So after that, once you will be appearing in the interviews, then after every interview we will discuss about the interview, what are the things which can go better, or what are the things you are doing good at. So all these things will help you in preparing for your next interview. So these are the things which I can help you with. And like as I mentioned, I'll create plan and strategy based on your pain points. What are your pain points, and what are the things which are you stuck with. So I'll also help you with the resources and the teaching sessions where you think I can help you with. And where you can think what are the topics which you think is a little bit difficult for you. So there I can provide you a little bit of guidance. And after that, I'll also take like the doubts, the mock interviews. And the most important thing is the resume, because your resume should stand out, because this is because resume is one of the thing which talks about you when you are not going to talk to the HR. So HR, based on your resume, will select you or give you the opportunity. So also I will help you with the referrals and the application process assistant. So as I mentioned that problem solving is one of the major thing interviewers which interviewers will look into, like what are the ways how the interview is approaching the problem. Is he thinking about all the use cases or not, or whether he taking the approach based on what are the criterias based on which he's taking the particular approach. um, is he discussing the requirements in detail or not. So these are the basic things which I will help you with. So obviously problem solving is one of the major thing. And in design interviews, mostly think like if the interview is thinking about which database to take, whether he is listening the requirements or not. So also the basic fundamentals like the oops concepts. And obviously like in most we have projects in our resume. So what are the projects related questions which interviewers will ask you about, we can discuss that in detail. And also at last about the behavioral interview questions. So these are all the things which I can help you with. And yeah, if you want, you can book a trial session with me and detail. So now I can take up the questions. I think Chetna is like, yes, Chetna, you can ask your question now.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, I wanted to know that how product-based and service-based companies differ in terms of selection and criterias, and in what way should we design our resume if we are going for a product-based company or if we are going for a service-based company?
So, service-based companies mm, mostly looking for the skills which are language dependent. They want you to be efficient in one language, and then they will utilize your that skill to build up the projects. So they will give more focus on the language as compared to the coding skills. Whereas on the other hand, the big giants, the man companies, they are mostly the product based companies, they are mostly looking for someone who can solve the problem irrespective of the language. So this is a major difference what they are looking for.
Okay, so if we are going for a product based company, how can we design our resume in a way? Because right now, through curriculum, what we are doing is uh, not very problem solving. We are focused on languages and programs only. So, how can we actually, I'm in my second year right now. So,
Mhm.
I want to know that how can I develop my resume in such a way because I want to pursue career in R&D at a
Okay.
yeah, so
So, for product-based companies, you can majorly mostly add like you are solving lead code questions daily, or you can show a streak like that, and maybe you can show that you are solving the problems, or you are doing like you have experience in developing the system. So this will help you a lot because they are mostly interested in how you think about developing a system. And while they are also interested in project, whatever the project you will make. And for I will say service based companies, you can majorly just focus more on the projects and the language dependent skills.
okay. Thank you, ma'am. I'm done.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
excuse me,
Yeah.
ma'am. I had um, ma'am, I got rejected in HR. Like how to prepare for HR rounds.
So for HR rounds, I think you can first just read out most of the questions on the internet, the behavioral questions, and then you can basically work on the confidence of on yourself. And like you can also take help from your friend or from any family member to take up your mock interviews of the behavioral round. So this will help you a lot, and later then you can ask about like what's wrong, what are the areas you can improve on. So this practice will help you.
Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Rahul.
Ma'am, I'm 2020 pass out, and after that, I switched from mechanical to IT sector. And
Mm-hmm.
then I took online courses of a full stack development course.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I took an HR interview or technical round interview, I may solve the DSA problem, but I find difficulty in computer subject. So I want to know in which subject I should focus to learn so that I can better prepare for that.
So you can focus a little bit on the OOPS concepts in C++, like the abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, all these concepts. And there is a pointer concept also based on the object references. You can focus on that. Apart from this, you can focus a little bit on the database, join queries, and few of the like computer network DNS, basically domain name system. Few of these concepts will help you a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Tekvijay.
Ma'am, I am currently interning at Arista Networks. It's an MNC headquartered in California, US. Ma'am, so after
Mhm.
due to recession, we haven't been provided with full-time offers. So
Mhm.
currently was just revising DSA and
Mhm.
was planning. Ma'am, I am a bit confused. Like I want to work for pure data science, like data analyst or data scientist roles.
Mhm.
So I'm planning currently my project should be focused on more like pure SDE roles for for AI ML based, or should I just continue with my web dev normal projects like with React Monstack based ones? Because Currently, as per what I have researched and how I'm learning AI, I can like I can presume that after 4 5 years, or like in the meantime, the web dev side or like development side of the needs would be fulfilled by AI itself. So after like a couple of years, what I think is like it won't be a much useful or fruitful. So shall I tailor my resume towards AI, like data science side only, or like pure SDE side, or should I include projects with for React based as well? Currently, I am in my seventh semester.
I think it would be great if you include your project on React side as well. So this will also help you, and also mention that you are interested in AI ML, and also write, mention in your skill that you are you have been enhanced in those skills. So this will help you a lot.
So should I include three projects, one being on a React side, other being on a Mon side based project, and third one being a generative AI based project? That would be that would suffice or not?
Yeah, that would suffice and help you.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
But make sure that you know all about the three projects. If
Yeah,
interviewer
ma'am. I have done.
question from
Uh,
them, then you would be able to answer them. Otherwise, there will be
yeah,
a negative impact of this.
yeah. These three I had done in my interns. Like one was a summer intern, and other two being the winter intern. So I'm like well versed with them as well.
Good, good.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Hello,
Hello.
ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Uh, Ma'am, only working in one domain is enough, or we should diversify our knowledge? Like currently, I'm working in the React framework,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm doing projects only in that framework. So, should I do other things also, or focus on React only?
So it depends on your interest only, whether you want to focus on whether. So there are two things. One, you can work vertically, and the another you can work horizontal. Like you can work horizontally in across all the domains, and the another thing is you can work vertically. So either you dig deep into the React and became efficient in React so much that you are the genius in React, or maybe you can learn different things about all the domains, for example, like AI or ML, all these things, and then you can say that I'm a full stack developer and I can work in any of these things. So it depends on your interest, what you prefer.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Harsh.
Ma'am, what impression do interviewer get when we put clones in our project section?
When you put
Clones of web pages, like clone of WhatsApp, clone of Spotify, etc.
so web pages in your resume, you are saying.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Popular
I don't
e-commerce
think.
website.
Sorry. Like you can say that like interviewer can think of you as that you have that much of experience that you can think of something building like that. So basically you have skill. So basically he gets the impression that you can think of designing a system, but make sure that when he asks question on how to design a system or how to create that clone, then you will be able to answer all those questions, because then his expectations will would have increased by seeing that clones.
Okay, one more question, ma'am. What's your view on doing MTech from IITs?
Sorry, what
What are your views of doing MTech from IITs? Like one can get job directly after 1 or 2 years in Mang or a product-based company, or he should do a MTech from IIT.
So I think it depends on person to person, and I think everyone has that emotional attachment to the word IIT, that my name should be tagged with some IIT. So if you don't have that emotional attachment to that word IIT or NIT, then maybe you can pursue a job for 2 years, and then anyhow you will like if you work hard, irrespective of whether you do MTech or not. If you work hard, if you work on the coding skills and the system designing skills, then that will anyhow will land you in a man company. So it depends on you. So in my perspective, I think we should not like I don't have personal any attachment with the IIT word. So I think I would like, if I am in your place, then I will do job for 2 years, and then I will maybe switch to the man companies.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, can I ask him?
Sure. I think I can take first question from Prashad and then Manish. You can. Thank you for waiting. Manish.
Okay, ma'am, you started your career from a. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, you started your career from a startup. So I wanted to ask, how can we discover startups to apply at? And ma'am, because usually many easily discoverable startups have like thousands of applicants. So how can I like get interviews from startups?
So I think for startups there is AngelList website, and like there are many websites where you can forward your resume, and you can easily, I think, get call from the startups. So are you getting any difficulty while getting calls from the startups?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
the
actually,
ones which I applied, I didn't really get callbacks, but I haven't like gone all out applying yet. So
So
I wanted to ask.
I would say apply to as many startups you can, because there may be chances that you will not get call from one, two, or three startups. If you apply to 100, or if you apply to 10 to 20 companies, then I'm sure you will get 15 calls at least from the startups.
Okay, ma'am, and how different is a startup interview experience compared to others?
So in startups, it depends. If your startup is a product-based company, then they will ask you about easy level DSA questions, and they will ask you a little bit about the language. If you if you have done any project, or if you are efficient in any language, and if not, then they will mostly ask you about the coding questions, and there will be a behavioral round. And if you are looking for a service based company, then maybe they will ask you about the concepts like oops concepts, or the database join queries, or maybe about the domain name system, etc.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, final thing, ma'am, do you recommend working at a startup because you do have experience with it?
So there's a difference how a startup operates and how big MNCs operate. It just it depends on the person, or it depends on person to person how we like to or with whom we like to work with. So in startups, you will develop a lot of features, and you have to develop that features in minimum time. Like they are very fast. Like they mostly prefer more on quantity rather than quality. And for MNCs, maybe you will not get to develop the most of the features. Maybe you will work on the bug, or some piece of the code, but you will work on more on quality rather than quantity. So it depends on you.
Okay,
Ma'am, I
ma'am.
have
Thank
a
you, ma'am.
question.
It helps a lot.
Ma'am, can I ask a question now?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Sure, Manish, you can ask.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask about iOS development, and can I get into like Mang or Fang by just solely depending on iOS development? Am I
Your
audible,
voice
ma'am?
is breaking for me. Yes, you are
Ma'am,
audible.
I wanted to know about iOS development,
Okay.
and can I
What you want
get
to
in?
know about the iOS development?
I've just started Swift, learning about Swift and Swift UI.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm getting doubts that if I excel in iOS development, Should I will I able to get into Fang or Mang in like
Uh,
1 year?
so Fang or Mang has limited seats in iOS development, since they don't have that much like of the mobile devices. So they have less opportunities there, but there are iOS developers and Androids developer in Mac, but they will prefer more they will uh, they will prefer more software engineers who are language independent. So earlier in my career in startup, I was iOS developer, but after moving on to after switching here in Microsoft, I am working as a React developer. So in Paytm and in my startup, I was an iOS developer. But I would say
Ma'am,
that if you are aiming for Mang or Fang, then you should focus more on the problem solving skill or the DSA questions, and then that will help you a lot.
yes, ma'am. I've done my DSA. Like, I mean, like, I'm in my fourth year. I've done the DSA part and also made pretty good projects on MERN. Now I wanted something that can like give me an edge in my
Mm-hmm.
resume. So I started learning about Swift so that I can iOS development so that I can get an edge during my placement. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I started it. So will it be beneficial for me to
I
know?
think it's the good thing you started. And do you have interest in Swift? Or
Yes,
I think
ma'am.
sorry, I
I'm getting interest in this. I'm learning
okay,
it
okay.
right now.
Mhm. So maybe you can also start learning about the server things, how like backend development is also how backend development is working. That will also help you.
Okay, ma'am. Backend development in Node.js, you're saying?
Yes, yes, yes. A little bit about it.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Uh,
I'll take this as the last question as we are already out of time. Yes, Somal.
ma'am, actually, I am a fourth year student, and I've completed internships like summer internship from Google Summer of Code and Samsung Prism, and I'm currently working as an intern in a company called Maximal Labs. I'm trying to apply to other companies because it is the final year of my college, but I'm never getting any online assessment callbacks ever. I've also done several projects on full stack and specifically backend applications based on Nest.js.
So have you mentioned all these things in your resume?
Yeah, I mentioned everything in that resume.
So
And
also have you also mentioned your achievements that you are pretty good in lead code, or like you are mean like you are very good with solving problems,
yeah, I've mentioned my lead code rank, and I have
and
also
also the links, like the LinkedIn
yeah,
link,
I've
maybe the
given all the links also. Also, um, like I have won many coding competitions, like first place also, and like I've submitted many resumes, but I've never received any callbacks.
so also is it mentioned clearly, and the person who is judging your resume, is he able to see all that very clearly? Matlab, it's your
Yeah,
resume is
my
not
yeah,
filtered, I'm hoping.
sorry, my resume has an ATA score of 81.
Hmm.
So I think even the computer systems will read it properly only.
Yes, yes. So in how many companies you have applied? I would
I
say
think
apply to as many as companies you can.
it's over 100, 160, I think 160, 161 companies have applied.
And you haven't got a single call.
Like not even one callback I've got. I've been applying since March.
Okay, so there can be one reason that since there's a hiring freeze going on with the major companies, so maybe after July, like you can try to again, like you can again apply for the companies. And once I want to review your resume, like I want to see like what's wrong with the resume and what are the projects that you have mentioned. Or maybe we can connect one on one and then I can see your resume and give you more guidance over that.
Okay.
So at last, thank you so much, guys, for having me. And like I know there's a lot of questions there, but I can connect you with a sync, and then maybe you can book the session with me, and then one on one, I can first try to listen to your problems first, and then I can maybe help you better there. So thank you so much for joining.
Thanks, Gunjan, for such a wonderful session. It was very interactive, and I'm sure everybody who interacted with you got to learn something interesting. So, everybody, if you want to keep on interacting with Gunjan, and then you should go ahead and book a trial session. We have shared multiple links of that in the chat. So, you can just go ahead and book a 30-minute trial session with Gunjan and discuss what are your career goals and understand how Gunjan can help you via long-term mentorship. So thanks again, everyone, for joining the call.
Thank you. Bye bye.